It was dubbed the ultimate teenage wonderland. It was the disco designed for the cool kids, a private club for children in the industry, guaranteed to find the hottest teen stars of the 1980s on the dance floor, as well as much free soft drink or soda as they desired. It sounds like a child's idea of heaven, but in reality, predators lurked in its midst, and at soda pop parties, they weren't interested in the underage girls. ALPHY'S Soda Pop Club, a space for Hollywood's teen elite, aged 16 and under, lasted just 3 years, from 1986 to 1989. For a small time, it was the hottest space in Hollywood. All the stars were there: Alyssa Milano, Tori Spelling, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, Scott Grimes, Christina Applegate, Nicole Eggert, Alfonso Ribera, and many more. They danced all night long. According to former DJs who played sets at the events, the gigs were never that organized or supervised. It was a teen free-for-all. Not that drugs, alcohol, or sexual acts were happening in plain sight. It just seemed less like a soda pop type gig and more like a teen valley club, said a former DJ at the club. I remember a belligerent Alyssa Milano coming up and screaming ridiculous requests and either getting her way or getting pissed off. Either way, I felt we just couldn't win at these gigs, considering how many pretentious little brats attended. The Soda Pop Club was run by casting director and producer Alfie Hoffman, whose real surname is Rivas. Though actually Hispanic, Alfie was allegedly in a romantic relationship with legendary casting director Bobby Hoffman, and because of their age gap and desire to hide their homosexuality, Alfie referred to himself as the son of Bobby, and thus took on the last name of Hoffman. In a place such as Hollywood, which is run by the Jewish elite, it also was to his advantage to pass as Jewish rather than Latin American. There is no information as to where Alfie was born or attended school. He just seemed to pop up out of nowhere. And seeing how he is allegedly not even truly the son of Bobby Hoffman, his true background would absolutely have to be kept top secret. The other businessman sponsoring the Soda Pop Club was Randy Miller, co-founder and president of the original New York seltzer brand from 1981 to 1994. The seltzer brand traces its origins to the early 80s, when father and son duo Alan and Randy Miller hit on the idea to make sodas with natural flavors and no artificial dyes. Randy Miller was a flashy, eccentric stuntman who enjoyed driving nitro-fueled drag racers and wrestling big game cats. At the debut soda pop party hosted by both Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, Randy Miller successfully executed an incredible stunt of jumping off the 10th story of the Mondrian Hotel in Hollywood, California. This stunt footage was used for an elaborate commercial featuring his flavored, fizzy water brand. The rise of flavored seltzer starts in Los Angeles with Randy Miller, says Barry Joseph, author of Seltzertopia, The Extraordinary Story of an Ordinary Drink. Brands like La Croix, Perrier, Polar, and Spindrift would eventually usurp Miller's throne. But without the likes of the original New York seltzer, we would not have sparkling non-alcoholic flavored water today. Whereas Corey Haim's memories of Randy Miller included such wholesome reminiscences as having his own bedroom in the soda tycoon's mansion and riding around with him in a limousine with one of his infamous Jaguars, both Corey Haim and Corey Feldman had much less innocent recollections of their time spent with the other Soda Pop Club financier, Alfie Hoffman. In an interview from 1997, when asked about Alfie, Corey Haim had this to say: "I don't think he was a good person at all. I think he just got very lucky that he got us to go and do those parties. It became a fad for a while. It just happened to be called Alfie's Soda Pop Club. It was like going to Jerry's Famous Deli. It was the same kind of thing. But as far as Alfie goes, well, I'm not going to say it now, because people do change. I went through my time too. I lost complete respect for Alfie Hoffman. Alfie sucks. Point fucking blank." Corey Haim continued to bag on Hoffman in the same interview, saying, "He's a piece of shit. A user. He had all of us, and he thought he was the shit. Randy Miller is one of the coolest people I have ever met. Alfie was always trying to steal Randy's light and get in the way and take it all over. You don't do that to someone who is sponsoring your fucking club. But then again, I hung with Randy a lot. He was one of my best friends. I will forever love Randy. We had so many good times together, like being on the back of his Kawasaki Ninja 1500. So many cool times." Corey Feldman was much more transparent as to his reasons for the problems with Alfie Hoffman. According to the Daily Mail, Feldman claimed that a group of adult men would frequent the underage club to party with the child actors. In 2017, Feldman claimed that one of his abusers was John Grissom. Grissom was Feldman's assistant during the 80's and attended the club and knew Hoffman. He said that both Grissom and Hoffman abused him during this time. Feldman claimed, "There were a bunch of these guys. They were all hanging out together at those parties. One night, I passed out while I was watching a movie, and when I woke up, there was a porn on. I remember I could barely walk. I don't know what I was given at that time, but I know that I was really out of it." In a 2016 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Feldman said, "I know every single person that interfered with Haim's life, and he knew every person that interfered with mine. All these men were all friends." He said that a lot of these men were involved with Hoffman. In a 2011 Fox interview, Allison Arngrim, who played Nellie Olson on Little House on the Prairie, alleged that the abuse was not only well known, but something of a topic of casual conversation. Arngrim told Fox, "It was the gossip back in the 80's. People said, 'Oh yeah, the Coreys, everyone's had them.' People talked about it like it was not a big deal. I literally heard that they were passed around." Feldman claims that Hoffman also introduced him to drugs and alcohol and started to sexually abuse him when he was around 14 years old. He has described how he would often stay over at Hoffman's house and was pressured into engaging in sexual acts with him. He also alleges that Alfie would set him up with other men in the industry who would abuse him as well. Although Feldman's allegations have been met with mixed reactions, it is worth noting that Feldman is not the only person to have accused Hoffman of sexual abuse. Other former male patrons of Alfie's Soda Pop Club have also made similar allegations, with some claiming that they were abused by both Hoffman and Marty Weiss, Feldman's manager at the time. Hoffman has denied all allegations of sexual abuse and has never been formally charged with any crimes due to the statute of limitations. However, the allegations against him have had a significant impact on his career, with many people refusing to work with him or associate with him in any way. Though leading an extremely low-profile life currently, he can be found on Instagram for those wanting to do their own investigative work. In conclusion, there is admittedly not a lot more information out there on the Soda Pop Club, as we kids of the 80's did not have access to smartphones, and a sordid pedophile's playground like these parties could not exist today because certainly footage and more information would leak out. But in those days, we were living off the grid, And unfortunately, many of those predators will not see due justice. So, tell me, viewers, were you one of the select special few who got to attend these soda pop parties? Maybe you catered or DJ'd? Maybe you even know some of the alleged perpetrators and have a story to share. Please sound off in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and good night.